Gabe, good. How you doing, man? It's good to see you, man.
Me too.
Thanks for coming, having this
Yeah, no problem.
conversation. YC, welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Shaddai, and this is my friend Gabriel.
Yep.
Gabriel, can you tell us, before we play, your full name and your favorite food or your favorite candy?
My full name is Gabriel Garcia, and my favorite food would definitely have to be steak, without a doubt.
Steak, okay.
Love steak.
I get down with some steak. So we're in Seattle right now. We're in the city of Kirkland. We're at the Kirkland campus. And how far from here do you live?
Without traffic, probably about 45 minutes. With traffic, maybe like an hour.
Okay. Man, well, my first question is like, with where you are, you live, what's the city called again?
Fife.
Okay. And you go to what high school?
I go to Lincoln.
Lincoln High School. Okay, I know Lincoln High School. Yep. I grew up in Auburn, kind of south.
Okay.
What is the dynamic of your high school, you know, like demographic and the upbringing of people, like how's your high school experience?
So far my high school experience, it's fun. It's a lot more responsibilities. You're a lot more independent whenever you're in high school. So it's really new experiences. But my high school is really known for sports, so it's pretty fun playing sports for like a really good high school that's normally pretty good.
And you, what sports you play?
I play football.
Okay,
football, yeah.
Just football. You're just focusing on that.
Yeah.
Okay. And how is your experience like with the team? Do you ever feel like, you know, because when I played football, I just remember the peer pressure of you know, my friends that were on the football team. There's always different things that were happening, you know, whether it was drinking, drugs, alcohol, whatever it might have been, like that stuff was just, it was real, it was always around. How's that been for you? Like,
I would say our coaches, they're pretty like hard on us to not only be good football players, but people off the field and like handle our business on and off the field. So I would say it's still there because you can't deny that because teenagers, all that stuff. So it's still there, but I would feel like our coaches actually took off a good amount of stress off of that. So that specific topic, it's not too hard for me, but it is still there. Like you still have the people that do that. Right.
We were talking the other day just about how the dynamic of your birth dad. How was that?
Yeah, it's same thing. We're pretty close, and I feel like all my parents have the same goal, which is to get me to wherever I need to be sound. Yeah, and just make sure that I'm okay.
Okay, and you're we were talking again, and you were saying that you're black and you're Mexican.
Yep.
I'm black. I don't have any other mix. I'm just, you know, dark skinned.
Yeah.
How's your experience been, you know, being mixed race, black and Mexican?
I would say that there's pros and cons. I would say a good pro is like I get to, every time that I leave a house or go to a house, I get to experience like a new culture, get to test the waters on some new stuff, like try different foods and experience the differences between both cultures, because that's a really good thing to experience, to go and live one way and then go and live another. But it's pretty good. But there's also a lot of cons. Like there's a lot of generational curses. Like for my mom and my dad's side, I would be the first one to go to college.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, that would be so amazing. And what would be some of like just the struggles, you know? Like I know for me, especially in this last year, being in the United States of America, we got people from all around the world who are watching this. But also people here in the United States and who have seen kind of what we've been through as a country, you know what I'm saying, with racial reconciliation and just racism and all of that. And how's that been for you, being in high school? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I go to a pretty colored high school, so it's like, I feel welcome there, but I see a lot of people that kind of shy away from the topic because it's uncomfortable. And it's like I actually go to a class called pop literature when we embrace topics like that, like racial injustice, racial profiling, all that stuff. So my school and the classes that they offer, they make it pretty like accessible to go and express your feelings about everything that's been going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
And do you feel like talking about it has helped you process your emotions and
for
your
sure,
feelings and all
because
that?
when you see stuff like that, like in racial injustice, racial profiling, like it could get you frustrated, mad, or whatever, and like you could act off your pure emotions and go do something that you'll regret.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. I think that's one of the most powerful things. Like why we have conversations like this is like, one of the things that we believe in youth culture is like, man, we were never meant to do life alone. You know what I'm saying? And I think we all experience so many emotions, and different people experience, different, like you might experience something different than someone that's at a different part of the world. But at the end of the day, we do have those similarities of our emotions. And if it's really tough to process them if we're not talking about it.
For sure,
you know what I'm saying?
It's really easy to act off of emotion.
And so, speaking of that, like, how has, how long you been, how long have you been coming to church, or just have a relationship with Jesus?
I've been born into church my whole life. I think my first time going into church, I was like either 2 or 3. At the latest.
Yeah.
I've been born into church my whole life, so I'm pretty familiar with everything that goes on in the church.
And when do you feel like it was like, because I know for me, I grew up in church too, but it didn't really like become really real until I was like 16.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So when do you feel like that moment was where it was like, okay, this is really real?
Yeah,
that moment hasn't happened. Like,
I would say that happened when I was maybe 7, 8.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And obviously it's just been a long year. I loved how you said when we were talking before, like when I asked you what have you been through this year? Like what do you feel like you've experienced? And you're like, I don't know what I've experienced. I don't know what I've been through. Almost like you just say it's been a lot, And what would you say? Like, do you have a Bible verse that you think of which like has encouraged you over this last year?
Psalms 46 verse 10, I think that's what it is. And it's, be still, I am here with you. It's really, really easy to get caught up with what society's saying and kind of lose focus that there is something higher than us. And to be able to you take that verse, you calm down and you chill out and you kind of accept, okay, I'm not the one in power. Let me give and let him take over, and I'll just sit here and be the puppet. So it's really hard to do that, and I feel like that helps me calm down. Like, I can't conquer the world by myself, so let me put my faith into him and let's do this together.
Yeah. Dang, yeah, those Psalms, David knew what he was talking about. But before we sign off, if you could say, maybe encourage someone that maybe doesn't know Jesus. What would you say to them?
I would say a lot of people, they paint like this picture that once you say it with your heart, or you say it with your mouth, you believe it with your heart, then everything comes automatically. Like, you talk to him, he's gonna respond within seconds. Great reply game, and you're all of a sudden gonna get all these random blessings, hit the lottery, this and that. And I feel like a lot of people also give up really easy whenever that doesn't happen to them. So you have to ease into it. It's a process. It's a true relationship. Like, you're not gonna meet your best friend and all of a sudden, you're sharing all your deepest secrets with them as soon as you meet them.
Right.
It's a true stepping stool where you have to gradually get up there.
Right. Man, that's so good. That relationship with Jesus, it takes time.
Yeah.
It builds over time. That's really good. Man, well, thanks for having this conversation. It's not the end of it.
Yep.
And YC, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope today that you left encouraged just by this conversation while we're playing 2K. But in just a moment, you're gonna go into your Youth at Home. If you're at the Kirkland building, if you're in Louisiana, Joss and Kaylee, or wherever you are around the world, You're gonna be able to go into a time where you get to talk and you get to have a conversation like this, and that's what we believe in. And so if you have any questions, if you wanna know how can I actually get into a relationship with Jesus, please reach out to us on Instagram, message us, Church Home Youth, or even hit us up on Pastor Chat. And Pastor Chat, it's on the website, churchhome.org, and we would love to be more connected with you, and or even get you connected to a youth at home, no matter where you are. And so we love you so much. Gabriel and I signing off from Seattle. Peace.